Everybody loves this team. There's nothing dishonest about embracing an American victory. We can all do that. I did enjoy the glum faces among those who couldn't join in, but I get it because they aren't the ones in charge. They wish they could do it. But the fact that, see, Democrats, they use more props than Carrot Top. Happy birthday, by the way. Did you see who Ro Khanna brought?
No.
Haley Robson. Do you know who Haley Robson is? This was his prop. He pretended that she was a victim of Epstein, when in fact, she was connected to Epstein because she worked with him. She would recruit young girls at $200 a pop in rural areas. Oh. And she would compare herself to Heidi Fleiss. That is not a victim. But Ro Khanna thought, well, she's attached to Epstein. I'm going to bring her in, and that's going to be it. That is an actual prop. So we didn't invent this stuff. The Dems have been doing it for a while. He should be super ashamed of this because he says some really, he also did, there were 4 innocent guys he mentioned on the floor of the Congress. But he believes that props are preferable over truth, and that is actually a true prop. That's not, I give props to that prop, the hockey team.
There was this headline in the New York Times, Jesse: the U.S. men's Olympic hockey team won gold and then lost the room. I guess there are people that are unhappy. I don't think they're unhappy with the team. I guess it's about the women's team.
Yeah, they're all writers.
But the women's
for the
team
New
is
York
coming.
Times. Right. Let me tell you a story about Lenny.
Who's Lenny?
Named Lenny Skutnik. He was a CBO official, 28 years old, in Washington, D.C., 1982. There was a plane crash. Boom. Went down in the Potomac. Lenny dove into the water, saved a woman, rescued her from drowning. 2 weeks later, Ronald Reagan invites Lenny to the State of the Union, tells the story, he stands up, and everybody claps. And that began the pattern of people bringing Lenny's to the State of the Union. And for 4 decades, both parties have clapped for each side's Lenny's until Trump was president. Then it's like the black kid with cancer. Then it's the hockey team. That has always been the history of the American people coming together and clapping for these people. We have not changed. The Democrats have TDS. That's the problem.
And it's Wednesday. It's not even TDS Tuesday.
Not even TDS Tuesday.
Thursday? I can.
That's DEI Thursday.
Oh, I apologize. I thought it was a great moment. I was glad to see the bipartisan clapping. I remain super excited about the men and women's hockey teams. I do think that phone call and the joke, as if we're still in the 1950s, did not hit right. And I think that it is your job as the most important person in the world, the leader of our country, to congratulate all the winners and to not single out one team for it. He said that they're coming. I don't think there's been any official confirmation that they will, but it's clear that there is a real impact on the players themselves. Jeremy Swayman, who was on the team, he said we should have reacted differently. We know that we are so excited to the women for the women's team. We have so much respect for the women's team, and women won more gold medals at this Olympics than the men did. They won 8 of the 12 gold medals, and 61% of all the medals overall. And it's the 6th consecutive Olympics where female athletes have won more medals than the men. So there is a reason that they should have been up there with that they should have gotten a congratulatory call.
But the women themselves said they're not offended.
Well, their
schedule was, why are you white knighting for strong women?
And they had.
Why do you have to white knight for strong women?
I'm just explaining to you how people could be offended by this, and there are women who have.
But if the hockey players are white
people, you think it's completely fake?
Those people are losers.
Okay.
If they're not themselves the actual athletes, people who are offended by something that happens to somebody else is a
Have you listened to every interview with athletes? Because I saw one of them where she didn't sound too happy about it.
I'm too busy helping the poor.
That's right. One thing I think that's interesting, and I know that the press tries not, they sat on their hands, they didn't clap, even if they really wanted to, because I think the camera's on them, and they think, are they going to get in trouble? They're not supposed to clap for the Republicans or the Democrats, but I feel bad for, they could have clapped for the hockey team.
Stand and clap. I mean, presumably they're not clapping because they don't want to be perceived as on the left or the right.
Right.
But presumably you're all on Team
Yeah.
USA if you're an American reporter. So stand and clap. But the press that's surrounding them, and I'm not saying all of them, because some of them were probably following, longstanding tradition and didn't want to stand. But for some of them, like the New York Times headline writer, what are you doing? You've politicized these young men. These young men, think about the 48 hours they've had. They win the gold. They're chugging beer in the locker room with the FBI director, which they think is amazing until the press swoops in and criticizes them. Then they go to Miami and they're singing courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, Toby Keith. Then they go to the White House and they're criticized because they walk out to Freebird and go into the Oval Office and meet the commander-in-chief, the leader of the free world. These guys have been having fun. And I love what one of them said when approached. He said, "Why are you all so negative? Why? I mean, they're just stunned by the press. They're having fun. It's contagious. It's joyful. It's exciting. Stand and clap."
And they are back to work
story.
tonight. I think there's games happening.
Isn't that become the reoccurring narrative in the last couple of years? Fun versus people who don't want to have fun.
Yes, bingo.
All right. And girls
Jessica.
just want to have fun. All right, coming up next, giraffes, frogs, and Abigail Spanberger. What? The Democrats' response to the State of the Union was all over the place.
If you got a chance, take it. Take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it.
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
How could your life change if you just prayed every day this Lent? I could literally tell you thousands of stories of people who have been completely transformed. God is changing lives, and he wants to change yours too. Join me and millions of other Christians around the world on Hallowed this year for Lent. You'll pray with me, Chris Pratt, Jonathan Rumi, Father Mike, and a whole lot more as we all come together to focus on returning to Jesus. Pray every day. You got this. Download Hallow for free. God bless.
Dear America, at JP Morgan Chase, we believe the greatest investment we've ever made is in you. So now through our Security and Resiliency Initiative, we're putting $1.5 trillion into helping strengthen the energy grids and supply chains that drive ambition, the manufacturing that builds legacy, the AI and quantum computing that creates progress, and the defense and cybersecurity that protects it all. Because we know when we invest in America, the returns are limitless.
Wow. Lo and behold.
I know that walk anywhere.
Welcome to the set of Tulsa King. It's a privilege to see you here.
Oh my God, what a treat.
Likewise.
Can't thank you enough for being here on your set. My goodness.
Welcome to the bar at Tulsa King.
You know, when I first met you, you said to me that you wanted to help out.
Whenever we can take our ability to bring focus onto what your cause is, it's an honor to be chosen to do this for you.
What draws you to help our American heroes?
The least we can do, or people that have the means, is contribute to these incredible people that don't get any recognition at all, but they're the real heroes. We're kind of movie heroes. They make us. We're fictional. They're real.
If any first responder or